Hi, I'm a long-time YouTube video watcher, first-time poster. I'm going to share my process for setting up a database in Notion. This one's for managing the content of a book that I am attempting to write. Okay, so I've got my document I've been working on in Google, and then I've got my Notion area that I'd like to set the database up in. So my first step is to create a page. I'm going to start a new private page, call it ebook content management, and it's going to be a table style database. It's going to be a new database. I'm obviously going to give it an icon because I'm obsessed with emoji, and now I need to populate this table of contents. So I'm going to take all of my chapter headings. This has come from an automated table of contents. I will stick it first into a spreadsheet because that gives me all the separated fields. I think you have to do this. And actually I know from experience that I've got to put it in a blank text file and then into the spreadsheet to give them all a nice clear formatting. So take that, and now I can paste it into my new database. I am now done with those two things, but I want to figure out how to do these headings and then subheadings. So over here in Notion, I'm going to change this one to be a single select because I only want it to be one type of heading, and I'll call it heading type, and the options will be major chapter, so that's an H1, section heading H2, and then subsection heading H3. I don't know if we have more than H1, 2, and 3. I'm going to organize them top to bottom so that the information hierarchy is right. And then I'm going to go along and look, okay, this was a major chapter, just in real life, major chapter. All right, let's just speed this up as I add all the heading ones and the outro. Now, I'm not actually sure if these will end up being my final set of major chapters. I think the next thing that I might want to do is add in numbering so that I can order these. So I'm just going to give these ones a number and just literally call it, order. And in this case, I want this one to stick at the top, and I wonder if I can fill this down. I'm not sure. I'll come back to that and see if I can do, actually I'll do it in a spreadsheet. And how many have we got here? Down to 95. So if I go from 1, 2, 3, and then fill this down, whee, down to 95. Then I can copy that and paste it in. Cool, so this puts everything in the correct order, which is a sort of manual order. I can always change that later. Now the final thing I haven't done here is work out which ones of these are subheadings or next headings. But one thing I just wanted to show you is as you are, and let's make this bigger, as you are adding these filters, these kind of tags, it then enables you to filter a section. So in this case, I might want this to just show me my major headings. For now, let's keep the table layout, but let's remove the other properties. So I'll just hide all of these. I want to sort it by the order so it goes from top to bottom, and then I want to filter by heading type, only the major chapters, and then you get this nice view, rename major chapters. And you can kind of see how it feels like, all right, this is going to be major chapter 1, 2, 3. Does that feel like the right set? Is there something missing? You might decide that this layout needs to be something more kind of major, or it might be a more simplified list, but I like table view. So that's the building blocks. As we go, we can flesh out the things that we want to sort of the metadata that we want to keep track of. So most important is status. The new status field in Notion is dreamy. In this case, I know I want to have more of a detailed status. So there's like in progress, done, and not started is the default. But when something's in progress, to me, it feels like you might have in progress like barely started, or in progress fairly well fleshed out. So I might call this one idea, actually maybe, what are we going to call it? In progress. Nearly done, and in progress. Begun. And then under not started, we might have another one that's like, we have started, but it's like idea draft notes only. And then that comes before not started. And then you might have down here, oops, done, ready for review. And then you might have another one that is done, complete. Or maybe done, ready, reviewed. So just something to make it really clear, you know, what each one is about. And then the fun thing here is that you can then set up a board based on the status, and you can either status by the group, so just what's to do, in progress, complete, or you can group by option if you want to see, you know, where they're up to. I like to have the detail. In this case, I'm going to hide the empty groups and color the columns, and I can see everything is to do because I haven't changed any of the statuses yet. So if we go back to our original table, and then if I start looking at the first couple of chapters, I can see the first couple are ready. So I'm going to say ready for review. So intro, that's a major chapter actually. Interesting. I'm just going to do in here, acknowledgement of country is ready for review. Gratitude, ready for review. Caveats, ready for review. 5 big ideas. I think that one's nearly done. And so then as you go, you could also have a section that is ready for review. And in this case, you could filter by status, only the things that are ready for review, maybe sort by order. And in this case, I know these ones are section headings. They're just the subheadings in that section. In fact, I will do that for all of them. And so you then have a view that you can choose what you want to show for. In this case, I'm going to say, don't need to see the status because these are all ready for review. And I probably don't need to see the heading type here or the order, but we might add another field that is, you know, review notes, comments. And so could be, this is pretty good, but think about global context. And then at the front, you'll find those same comments have been added in. Anyway, that's how I get started, and I hope this is helpful to someone out there trying to set up their own Notion database, especially if it's for book content. I'll hopefully be sharing more real soon.